In this video, we'll discuss 5 risks associated with using generative AI technologies like ChatGPT for programming. For each of these 5 risks, we'll also discuss concrete steps you can take right away to mitigate any problems down the road. With the right understanding of what could go wrong and with the right contingency plan, you'll make sure that your programming journey is much smoother. So, let's go. Risk number 1. Privacy and confidentiality. In your conversation with ChatGPT, make sure not to share any private, confidential, proprietary, or trade secret information. Look for any identifiable information like the name of the variables or any specific pieces of code and delete them before actually submitting the information to ChatGPT. Just this year in 2023, Samsung employees got in trouble because the code they shared online inadvertently revealed trade secrets. Their mistake was to unintentionally leak sensitive information to ChatGPT when trying to optimize some pieces of code and trying to fix some errors in the code. Let's look at this example. Instead of writing a prompt stating, "Give me the SQL code to add the following customer data into a table called customers, John Doe and then John Doe's email address, and Jane Smith and Jane Smith's email address," what you could use instead is, "Give me the SQL code to add the following customer data into a table called customers," and then just use some sort of de-identified information like person A, an email A, and person B, an email B. The recommendation here is to de-identify any information before submitting the prompt. To be on the safe side, you should actually do the de-identify process in a Word document or Notepad. You'll never know if OpenAI is also saving the information that you add in the message box. Another strategy you can implement right away is opting out from saving history and having it used as training data. By default, ChatGPT saves your chat history, which is used as training data to improve their algorithmic models. To ensure your data and your client's data is kept private, go to Settings and under Data Controls, make sure to turn off the chat history and training option. Risk number 2, security. Any information stored in a server is susceptible to cyber attacks. In March 2023, a ChatGPT bug was discovered that exposed the titles, the first message of new conversations, and payment information from ChatGPT Plus users. The best course of action to ensure the security of any information is to simply not share it. So be cautious and keep in mind that whatever you are sharing with ChatGPT can be susceptible to being leaked later on. The strategies shared to mitigate risk number 1, privacy and confidentiality, also apply to mitigate risk number 2, security. Risk number 3, bias. When using AI tools to help you with your code logic, make sure that any inherent biases are not manifested by ChatGPT or by you. On the one hand, ChatGPT can hold its ingrained biases due to the code or the training data that are then exposed in its response. On the other hand, you as the user can also have some sort of biases that are manifested in your prompts and are used when ChatGPT is proposing some sort of response or solution. In any of these cases, the final code logic can lead to prioritizing a certain group of people over others. Let's look at this example. For instance, you may state that you want to select all people with the job title software engineer, but in the system, the junior engineers have the title software developer trainee. In that case, your final code could be biased because the query suggested by ChatGPT and later on used by you, the user, would not account for the junior colleagues. Risk number 4, hallucinations. On the ChatGPT page, it is mentioned that ChatGPT can make mistakes, and you should consider rechecking any important and relevant information. Indeed, ChatGPT can make mistakes. In the case of for programming, it can make syntax errors or logic errors. So consider double checking all the new work that ChatGPT is providing you with some reliable sources like human experts. Risk number 5, ethics. In general, make sure that you follow the company's guidelines on generative AI use. It might be the case that your company has not yet adopted some sort of guidelines on generative AI use. If that is the case, adopt a transparent approach and always communicate when and for what you use generative AI tools like ChatGPT. Also, communicate that you actually adopted some safe strategies to make sure that any private, confidential, and trade secret information is not shared beyond the boundaries of the company. With this in mind, you're ready to start your safe learning journey with ChatGPT.